Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Donyale and we're gonna do a full face. So if you looked at my last video, you know that we did the eyebrows. So now let's go ahead and finish out the full face. So to start, I'm gonna use Smashbox primer. Normally I don't have dry skin, I don't have oily skin, but during the winters my skin is a little bit more dry than normal. So I don't have to use the tricks of the milk magnesia and all those tricks to keep it matted, because I'm normally dry during the winter time. So I'm gonna skip that. If you would like, you can go ahead and put your milk of magnesia on, that's fine, but I'm gonna skip that for now. Using some color corrector, just a little bit. I'm going in and painting like the city. I use MAC's Studio Fix Fluid. I use NC50. I have a little yellowness to me, so I will be take my foundation brush, my 190, and we're just gonna paint. The reason why a lot of times I don't use the 190, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna use it today and I'm gonna show you why. That's the main reason why I'm using it now. As you can tell, the brush is just putting on color. It isn't blending it out, it's just putting it on. That's all it's doing. So for that reason, this is one of the reasons why I normally do not like to use this brush. So the brush that I normally use is Dual Fiber brush, because it has that white tip. That white tip goes in and blends, and I mean it blends. So this is the reason why I do not put concealer on top of my brows. You don't get the halo. I just use the foundation and go around my brows. If I need to shape them up, I will just use a foundation. For my concealer, normally I use NC45, or I also would use NW35 as well. But today I'm just going to use LA Girl Pro Conceal. Now, when you have it on here, I go in with my beauty blender and go ahead and put everything where I want it to go. Make sure your beauty blender is damp. If it is not damp, it doesn't work as great. It'll work, it's just not as great. I'm gonna go back in with my Dual Fiber brush. Remember, it still has a little bit of foundation on it. And I'm just gonna go around some of these edges here. Now I'm gonna go in with some contouring colors. I'm gonna use dark cocoa around the perimeter. With the dark cocoa, I start off with it on my hand. Reason being is because it is a little bit chocolatey and a lot will go a long way. So I'm just gonna put what I want out and just put it on my hand and then go around and do what I want and not squeeze it out. And I'm gonna do one side at a time. With the contour, I do kick it up. Reason being, I have it exactly on the line, but I want it to blend out with that highlight. So I do kick it up with my concealer. And I always go back with that same brush and just make sure I blend. Blending is so important. Now I'm going to go back in with my 190, since I still have product, a little bit of product, and I'm going to put a little bit more product on and just clean up my contour. Like I said, green for brown, we're gonna go inside the nose. Same thing, I'm gonna take a little bit out and put on my hand and just kind of go back in it that way. This I'm gonna do a little something different. I'm going to use my dual fiber brush that I had when I went in and kind of fluffed out my concealer. I'm going to use actually that brush to kind of blend this out. And the reason why I do it right here in the front, kind of and fade it into the starter of my where we cleaned up the brows, I do not like to see my concealer here. So I like it to look like natural skin. So this is how I actually get it to look like natural skin. Is I take it, I do sweep it right here in the front underneath my brow. And we're done. So now we're gonna go ahead and set. I use Laura Mercier's translucent powder. And then I also use the banana powder. So I use two. This is my damp beauty blender. Anything creamy you always want to set. Just gonna let it sit and bake, as you can tell, as you say. I'm gonna go around with my contour. I'm gonna use Dark Deepest by MAC. It's a mineralized powder, and that's what I'm gonna use to set my contour. Take this small little brush here and pat into the same powder, and that's gonna do my contour. Fawn, go ahead and finish using the Fawn concealer. You can use concealer, you can use matte soft ochre, you can use a couple of things. I already have concealer on my eye, underneath my eyes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish using the concealer. Beauty blender with the product on it, and do pat a little bit on there to hold that because it is a cream. So you do have to still put a little bit of powder on. Simple. That you can kind of blow that away. Alright, so let's go ahead and with eyeshadow. I'm going to start with Saddle. I'm just gonna do just a real natural eye, nothing big, nothing really fancy. I'm gonna take that saddle and put it all over the eye actually. Brush, and I'm gonna take a little bit of a darker color, still brown, just a little bit darker, and I'm gonna place that on the lid. If you just wanted to use that one color, that's fine. But for the ladies that want to go a little, that want to have two colors, just place that second color on the lid. Make sure you go all the way into the corner. Take that same brush that had the saddle on it and just go around the edges. The bottom color, the powder from underneath the eye. So we're gonna go back in with saddle. This time we're gonna use a pencil brush to go in with it. Some ladies will want to stop here, that's fine. But just for those that want to go a little bit ba ba boom, we're gonna go to another step. I'm gonna use that pencil brush. We have saddle. We're gonna start in the outer corner and brush it in. And we're on the lash line. What you do to one, you must do the other. Now you will also take that dark color that you used. And the color that I'm using is called Embark. It's by MAC. I'm going to take that color and go right on top of that. I am a liner girl. I love liner. Now, when it comes to liner, it can be gel, it can be liquid, it can be pencil. I don't care. I just like liner. I just feel sometimes some looks are not as complete without the liner. So today I'm going to use pencil liner. The liner I'm going to use is Beeline by MAC. It's very creamy, has that black rim, super creamy. You can use it as a base for eyeshadow. You can use it as a liner, you can use it even as a lip liner if you want to. So I'm going to take that liner. I'm going to make sure I start on the outer corner and just get the white, the waterline. If you go outside the waterline, that's fine, because we're actually going to do a, pull it down a little bit. So I want to make sure I get a really dark heavy line on. Now, when I do my top liner, I'm going to probably go underneath and on top of my liner, so sorry. You can do what you want. This is how I line my eyelines with my pencil. I do tight line my eyes, so. And the reason why I do a lot of tight lining with my eyeliner is because I like to fill in all the gaps in my lashes. As you can tell, you can look at this one and now look at this one. It looks a little fuller from the base. So that's why I do a lot of, when I do eyeliner, even on clients, I make sure I get as close to the rim of the lash line as possible, because it fills in those gaps. It makes them look like they have thicker lashes at the base. So when you put on the false lashes, it just looks like a natural length. It doesn't look like they are false. So that's a trick. So some people would just be like, okay, we're done, yes, this is cute. No, boo, we still got to get rid of this other powder that's on the face. So let's go ahead and dust this off. All right, so now let's go in with our regular powder. I do use MAC's NW43 for powder, just because I have a yellow base, but I do have red tint in areas, so I don't want to be so yellow when I'm washed out. So I do go back in with Studio Fix powder. Comes in a little thing like this, and that is my powder of choice. And I do take that powder over my contour just because I want to make sure I have that natural skin look. I'm going to take that eye pencil as such. I'm going to go back in with that waterline and just kind of smudge that black liner. I put NW43 on my face, and I am going to go back in with NW50 just to warm it up a little bit more for my contour, just a little bit more. And you can also take that powder and just go back through. The highlight I'm going to use is Golden Deposit by MAC. I love this little highlight. It is my fave. I don't know. It's my fave. Now I do the first round dry. The second round I will Fix Plus it. Go in with the fan brush a little bit on the second round. Now, if you want to use blush, you're more than welcome to. I'm not a big blush girl. I just like my highlight and contour, and I'm good to go. I don't need anything else. So that's that. But yeah, this is pretty much my look, my everyday look. And then I'll put on a good lip. Because this is so natural, you can put on whatever lip you want to. You're more than welcome to put on a dark lip. You can put on a light lip. You can ombre it. This is one of my palettes that I've made. So pretty with some of my favorite lipsticks. This is more the purple palette. So I guess I'll just pick a color out of here. Go with what you feel. Don't be scared of color. You can always take it off. So I'm going to use Instigator. Feeling a little dark. It's nighttime anyway, so. So here's the look. So I hope you're happy. If you have any questions about this look or any products that I use, you're more than welcome to check the inbox. I will leave all product descriptions there, and I hope you join me next time. Peace.